NASCAR drivers are the face of the sport, but it takes a huge team of people to put the best race cars on the track each week. Drivers depend on their teammates and crew members to help them perform at their best. Each season, NASCAR teams can go through a number of changes, including different drivers, personnel or manufacturers. In this episode of NASCAR University, we'll give you an overview of each of NASCAR's top race teams, so you'll be ready to spot your favorite driver on the track. Hendrick Motorsports is one of NASCAR's most successful teams ever. Things were not always this way though. Founded in 1984 as All-Star Racing, the team struggled to find funding and planned to shut down after only running a few races. Plans changed after the team pulled off one of NASCAR's great underdog victories in what was to have been their final race at Martinsville. The team has gone on to win 12 Cup Series championships since then. Owned by Rick Hendrick, the team has 4 full-time entries in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. These include the number 48, driven by defending champion Jimmy Johnson, and the 88, driven by the series' most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., as well as the number 5, driven by Casey Kane, and the 24, driven by 2016 Rookie of the Year, Chase Elliott. Team Penske first entered the Cup Series in 1972. Owned by Roger Penske, this team has found success in many series, including Formula One, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, and a variety of sports car racing series. Penske fielded cars in the Cup Series for much of the 1970s before leaving the sport. The team returned in 1991 with Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace driving the number 2 car. Penske and Wallace proved to be a powerful combination, as Wallace would win a race in nearly every season until his retirement in 2005. Team Penske currently fields 2 cars in the Cup Series. The number 2 car, made famous by Wallace, is now driven by Brad Keselowski, who captured the team's first NASCAR championship in 2012. Joey Logano drives the number 22 for Team Penske and has collected several victories for the team, including the 2015 Daytona 500. Wood Brothers Racing is NASCAR's oldest, continually operating race team. Founded in 1950, this team is still run by the same 2 brothers who began the team, Glenn and Leonard Wood. The number 21 Ford is one of the most iconic cars in NASCAR history. Among the list of drivers who have competed for the Wood Brothers, you'll find 9 Hall of Fame members. Though they ran only part-time for many years, they dominated much of the 1970s, with driver David Pearson winning nearly 1 in 3 of the races they entered. The Wood Brothers remain one of the last single-car teams in NASCAR. Still fielding Fords as they have for decades, the team currently have a technical alliance with Team Penske. Current driver Ryan Blaney enters his 2nd year of Cup Series competition this season after a promising rookie year. Expect to see the 21 back in victory lane before long. Another of NASCAR's oldest teams is Richard Childress Racing. Founded in 1969, Richard Childress was both owner and driver for the team initially. In 1981, Childress turned driving duties of the number 3 car over to Dale Earnhardt Sr. This partnership turned out to be one of the greatest in the sport, as Childress and Earnhardt would go on to win more than 60 races and 6 championships together. RCR's current lineup of drivers includes Austin Dillon in the famous number 3. Dillon, Childress's grandson, is the first to drive the number since Earnhardt's death. RCR's number 27 Chevrolet is driven by Paul Menard, and Ryan Newman drives the number 31. Roush Fenway Racing is one of NASCAR's most successful teams. Founded in 1988 by Jack Roush, the team quickly became one of the most dominant in the sport. Hall of Fame driver Mark Martin spent much of his career behind the wheel of Roush's number 6 Ford. The team expanded and for much of the early 2000s fielded 5 cars. Roush set a record in 2005 by qualifying all 5 teams for the chase, which at that time included only 10 teams. This dominance would lead to NASCAR eventually limiting owners to a maximum of 4 teams. In 2007, Fenway Sports Group, which owns the Boston Red Sox and Liverpool FC, bought a portion of the team, renaming it Roush Fenway Racing. RFR plans to field just 2 cars this season, but is looking to expand again in 2018. The current team includes the 2011 Daytona 500 winner, Trevor Bayne, driving the number 6 Ford, and former Xfinity Series champion Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17. Stewart Haas Racing is a relative newcomer in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. The team was founded in 2002 by Gene Haas, who also owns the Haas Formula One team. This team began competing under the name Haas CNC Racing. The team had limited success until 2009, when Tony Stewart bought a 50% stake in the team. Since then, the team has doubled in size from 2 cars to 4, and now has 2 championships. The team has undergone several changes for the 2017 season. Most notably is a change from Chevrolets to Fords. The other major change includes the addition of a new driver. With team owner Tony Stewart retiring from Cup Series competition, Clint Boyer joins the team in the number 14. Also in the lineup for SHR are former champions Kevin Harvick in the 4 and Kurt Busch in the 41. Fan favourite Danica Patrick will return to drive the 10 car for the team. Joe Gibbs Racing has been one of the top performing teams in the series for several years. Over the last 2 seasons, JGR drivers have combined for 25 wins in only 72 races. Owned by former NFL coach Joe Gibbs, this team was founded in 1992 with Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett behind the wheel. The team won championships with Bobby Labonte in 2000 and 2 more with Tony Stewart in 2002 and 2005. JGR has steadily grown its operations and now fields 4 Toyotas in the Cup Series with one of the strongest lineups in the garage. The team features 2 former Cup Series champions, Matt Kenseth driving the 20 and Kyle Busch in the 18. Denny Hamlin has been with the team for his entire Cup career in the number 11. Daniel Suarez will make his Monster Energy Cup Series debut in the number 19 following the retirement of Carl Edwards. Furniture Row Racing is Toyota's other top-performing team and has a close technical alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing. Furniture Row Racing is owned by Barney Visser and for much of its history has also been sponsored by the furniture company he owns. Founded as a single-car team in 2005, this team has fought its way to the top tier of NASCAR teams. The team earned their first win at the 2011 Southern 500 in dramatic fashion. The team became the first single-car team to ever qualify for the chase in 2013. The 2015 edition of Martin Truex Jr. as driver helped the team add 5 more race victories and 2 more chase bursts to their total. Truex will return again to drive the Team 78 car in 2017. For the first time in their history, the team will add a second full-time race team this season with Eric Jones driving the new 77 car. Chip Ganassi Racing currently has 2 entries in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Ganassi, who has been a dominant force in sports car and open-wheel racing, entered NASCAR in 2001, buying a controlling interest in Team Sabco. The team has fielded entries for a number of drivers over the years, including former open-wheel racers Juan Pablo Montoya and Dario Franchitti. Their current lineup consists of veteran driver Jamie McMurray in the number 1 Chevrolet and one of NASCAR's up-and-coming young drivers, Kyle Larson, in the 42. Richard Petty Motorsports, founded in 2000 as Everingham Motorsports, is headed by NASCAR's greatest driver ever. Richard Petty purchased a portion of Everingham Motorsports in 2010. Petty has had a number of drivers in his cars, including Australian star Marcus Ambrose. The team ran 2 cars in 2016, but will downsize this season to focus on improving performance of their famous number 43 Ford. Aric Almirola will return for his 6th season behind the wheel of the number 43. Front Row Motorsports, another Ford team, was founded in 2005 by Bob Jenkins. While this team has struggled to find success and operates on a much smaller budget than many other race teams, they have shown improvement in recent years. This year's driver lineup sees the return of David Reagan to the team. Reagan led the team to their first victory in 2013 and will drive the number 38 in 2017. He is joined by teammate Landon Castle in the 34. JTG Daugherty Racing began racing in the Xfinity Series in 1995 and made the transition to Cup in 2008. though they have been a single-car team for many years, they are expanding this season. Driver AJ Allmendinger returns to the number 47 Chevrolet, and Chris Buescher will drive for the newly formed 37 team. The team has a technical alliance with Richard Childress Racing. Another RCR-aligned team is Germain Racing. Germain has been a single-car team since it began operation in 2004. This season, there will be a new driver in the number 13 Chevrolet as Ty Dillon takes over the ride as he competes for Rookie of the Year honours in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Now that you know where your favourite Cup driver is racing in 2017, be sure to catch the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series each week and cheer them on.